So this is the second chapter. So energy from the sun. Okay, so this is okay, energy from the sun. So here some people are joining. Okay, so energy. So what is the meaning for energy? So we might have known this that is science definition is there. You know the science definition. So the science definition for energy is energy can be neither destroyed nor created, but it can be transferred from one form to another form. Okay, so remember the energy definition is the energy can be neither destroyed nor created, neither created or nor destroyed, but it can be transferred. It can be transferred from one form to another form. What is the meaning for this means? So that is the definition for the energy. So we that means we can't create the energy. Okay, we can't create the energy. So neither created nor destroyed. That means we can't create the energy, but we can't destroy the energy also. We can't create the energy, but we can't destroy the energy. But it can be transferred from one form to another form. Suppose electricity is there. So almost every conductor having some electricity, that is electrons like that. So already is there this one, that is electricity was, that is energy was there, but that energy will be transferred. It is transferred from one form, that is it is in the form of electricity, but we are going to transform that into another form. Example, you are recharging the mobile. So you are recharging means just you are transforming from one place to another place, and that is one form to another form. Okay, so that is called as a definition for the energy. Now here, energy from the sun. So here we can tell that the sun, so sun is called as the largest natural energy source. So sun is called as a natural, so it is also called as natural resource of energy. Okay, largest one, and it is also called as renewable resource. So we have two types of resources are there, renewable and non-renewable. So renewable is nothing but, so we can reuse that one. We can reuse the energy. So how many times we want, we can use the energy, but it will take some time for converting of energy from one form to another form. Okay, so that is the energy. So here, okay, so sun is there. So suppose if you see this sunlight, okay, so sunlight is having energy. So how can we know that the energy? We can't see the energy, but we can feel the energy. How? Example, if you keep some solar panels. So by using solar panels, we can come to know that from the sun, the energy is coming from these solar panels, and finally it was converted. Solar energy is converted into electrical energy. Okay, so like this. So that here, the sun is called as the largest means of source of energy. Okay, so day by day, as the pollution is increasing, so we know that day by day the excess of pollution. So how this pollution was increased? Because of CO2. So from where the CO2 is coming means mainly from factories, smoke, because of vehicles. So vehicles, so they are emitting this smoke. From the smoke we can see that CO2, which is dangerous for the atmosphere. Okay, so here carbon dioxide is there. So this is the present in the form of smoke, which is coming from the vehicles. So whenever these fossil fuels are utilized, fossil fuels means like so petrol, diesel, kerosene, like that. So from that we are getting this CO2 in the form of smoke. So the smoke is going to pollute the air. Okay, so due to this pollution, what will happen? So we are unable to get the breathing, and even this the carbon dioxide also, when the carbon dioxide increases on this atmosphere, then what will happen means oxygen will be reduced. Okay, when oxygen reduces, what will happen? So automatically the plants, animals, they will be affected. So that's why, so many people are telling that to grow the plants and trees, because the plants and trees, they will give lot of oxygen. Okay, so oxygen will give a lot of oxygen will be obtained from these plants. So here, that's why the plants are made to grow more. So day by day, as the color, as this pollution was increasing, so we are thinking for alternative. Even this energy is from this petrol or diesel, like that. So they are going to be completed. So if you are utilizing these energies completely, that is, they are called as fossil fuels. So if you are continuously utilizing these fuels, means what will happen after 50 years or after 100 years? Total petrol or total diesel or total coal will be completed. Then we can't find the coal or petrol on this earth surface. So that's why, to protect these fossil fuels, that means we must preserve them, we must utilize in a proper manner, in a sustainable manner. Sustainable manner means what? So we must keep this about the future generations. So by keeping in view of these future generations, we must utilize them in a proper manner. Okay, so that is called as sustainable development. So here, for that, we must think of alternative sources, that is sun. So for the sake of energy, the best alternative is the sun. So from the sun we are getting the energy. Okay, so here, so just we move forward. Yes, so before going to that, so here you can see this how this uh, how this sunlight was utilized. So here best example is given. So artificial environment for the plants. So how this energy was utilized from the sun means, suppose if you see these nurseries, okay, nurseries, in the nurseries, so what is the nurseries? They are going to grow some artificial plants, and then those artificial plants are sold to other people. Okay, that kind of area, that kind of areas is called as nurseries. Okay, so here in the nursery was there. On the top side here we can see that the panels are arranged. So here that means they are not the panels, of course, but sometimes they are going to tie the black cloths. So downside we can see these all the plants. Okay, upside here we can see this. Okay, of course, some solar panels also is there on the top side, and also they have tied with black cloths. Why means here? So black will absorb more sunlight. Okay, white white color will reflect the sunlight. So that's why, for that, so for this sake, so this black cloth was there. So whenever sunlight is falling on this black cloth, lot of energy, the lot of sunlight was absorbed by these black cloth. And whenever this energy was stored in this black cloth, so that kind of energy was distributed to all the plants. So that's why separate environment was created for protecting of these plants. Okay, they are called as nurseries. So in this way, so here what is happening? Just they are using the solar energy to the plants. So for growing of plants, we require the sunlight. Okay, so sunlight is required for the plants. If there is a sunlight is there, means there only the plants will grow. Otherwise, if there is no sunlight is there, means what will happen? The plants will be dried. So without sunlight, the plants cannot survive, because they are going to take prepare a food, that is called as a photosynthesis. So chlorophyll. So chlorophyll will be there. They will prepare some chlorophyll from that. So in the green leaves, we can see this one. That is photosynthesis. It is called as photosynthesis. Photo means sunlight. From the sunlight, they are going to prepare the food. So for this process, so for excess of photosynthesis, so they require a lot of sunlight. That's why, so they are going to tie these black cloth and also some of the panels. Okay, so that more lot of energy can be stored within this area, and that sunlight will be utilized as an energy source for these plants. Okay, so sometimes it is called as just green gas, greenhouses. It is called as just a greenhouses. Okay, so that is the best example for you for utilization of this solar energy. So just we move forward. Okay, next, okay, see here solar energy and sun rays. So through the rays only we are getting the energy, as I said now. So next, yes, so sun rays and earth surface. See here, so this concept is very important. So there are two words are there. One is radiation. So in the exam they may ask definitions. One is radiation, next one is the insolation. Okay, so insolation, what is the meaning for the insolation? So before going, so radiation is nothing but first the sunlight, uh, the sun is going to emit the sunrise, that means sun rays. So the sun is going to radiate some energy, that is called as sunlight. Okay, it is called as light. So the sun is going to emit some light which is having the energy sources. So that kind of emission of this energy from the sun is called as radiation. Okay, so whenever the sun, so we are getting the sunlight from the sun, so that's why it is called as radiation. Any body which is going to emit some light or some rays to the outside world, then it is called as radiation. Example, best example is sun. Next, insolation was there. So insolation means, so the earth is going to receive the sunlight. So here this is the earth and this is the sun. Whenever the sunlight is falling, the earth is going to receive the sunlight, that is receive the energy. So that is called as insolation. Okay, insolation. So here one thing was there. So here when sunlight is falling on this ground surface, in between this one we can see this atmosphere was there. So sunlight must reach to the earth surface after crossing through this atmosphere. In the atmosphere also there will be some levels. So in atmosphere also, okay, how these levels are there. Okay, so atmosphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, lithosphere, like that. So that will become later. So within these layers, the distribution is different due to these layers within this atmosphere. So there will be difference in receiving the sunlight. So see here, whenever the sunlight is falling directly on this earth surface, the earth is going to receive the sunlight. But here, immediately after some time, so the sunlight is going to reflect backside, but total light will not be reflected. Only just partial amount of light is going to be reflected. Okay, so next to here, the reflected light which is there, so that will be reflected in different ways. So in some places it will be very high, but in some places it will be very less. Okay, see here how and where there will be high reflection means, so there will be high temperature places, that is mainly equatorial regions. Equatorial regions have high reflections. Mainly if you see these deserts, so deserts are having high temperatures. So that's why there we can see that excess of reflections. Okay, but in some forest area will be there. Whenever there is a forest area is high, so less reflection will be there. So that is called as the radiation. So here we can see this one. Here also examples are given at 45 degrees. At 45 degrees means, suppose if you see this earth, and here we can see the sunlight. Example, the sunlight is coming like this. Then what will happen? So here at 45 degrees was there. At 45 degrees means, so here 0 degrees, it is called as 0 degrees equator. Next it is having the 23 and of degrees. So these are the important latitudes on the earth surface. 23 and of degrees, 66 and of degrees. Next 66 and of degrees, that is called as a Antarctic circle, and this is called as a Tropic of Cancer. Upper side and downside you can see this Tropic of Capricorn. Next Arctic circle, Antarctic circle. So this upper one is Arctic circle, down one is Antarctic circle, and next one is the poles, 90 degrees. But here 45 degrees we are telling. So 45 degrees means around this one. That means around this Tropic of Cancer and Arctic circle, and downside also, that is in the south side also we can see this one. In south side we can see this Tropic of Capricorn, between this Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic circle. There we can see this 45 degrees. Okay. So here at these places, so example here it is given that. So at 45 degrees, so that is northern Japan. So how many units of sunlight was received means 75 units are received. Okay. Here also is there. The insolation received from the at the equator 0 degrees is 100 units. So here we can see this based on these angles also. So if you see, this is the earth, and here you can see the sun. Whenever the sunlight is falling like this, so here equator will be there 0 degrees. So 0 degrees, the distance between the sun and the earth is very less. At which place, that is it 0 degrees. So the places which are present around this equator, they are going to receive more sunlight. And at this so next, just if you move upward, that is from north side or south side, so the distance will be very less when compared to equator. Okay, equator to sun, it is very less, but here from the sun to these poles, the distance is very far away. So that's why they are going to receive very less sunlight. So that's why we can see this in the Russia, mainly in the Russia, Greenland, Canada, they are receiving very less sunlight in the northern parts, because they are very far away from the sun. Okay, like that. So based on these angles, so the earth is going to receive the sunlight. See here at 66 and a half degrees, so at the polar circles, so nearly 50 units are received. At 90 degrees, north and south poles, 40 units are received, just very less sunlight. But if you come to this 0 degrees, that is equator, they are going to receive nearly 100 units. Okay, so that's in this way the earth is going to receive the sunlight. Okay, so it is based on receiving of sunlight. Next, so just here the other side is land and water contracts. Yes, here also one more topic is given downside in this page. So it is given clear that. So just now we have discussed this one also. So here equator is there. So actually the earth is not in the straight like this. So the earth is tilted. You know that. So the earth is tilted like this. So if the earth is like this, so here we can see the earth is tilting like this, not like straight line. How much degrees it was tilted? Means it is tilted about 23 and a half degrees. North not. It is 23 and a half degrees east. East side it was tilted. So see here. So this is equator. So in the equator places, mainly here, the distance is very less. If the sunlight is here, so the distance is very less. That's why they are going to receive the high temperatures. And at the poles, suppose if you see this place, poles, so they are going to receive very less sunlight. Okay. So this and sometimes this is also called as angle of incidence. What is the angle of incidence means? So how much light is going to be received? So the quantity of light received at a particular angle, that is from the sun. So that is called as angle of incidence. So here, if you see, this is the sun and this is the earth. So if you draw this angle, so how can we draw the angle? So here poles is there, how here equator is there. If you draw the angle means, then what will happen? We'll get the distance of this earth and the sun. That means equator places are having the less and the poles are having the more distance. So that's why equator places are receiving the high temperatures and the poles are receiving less temperatures. Okay. So in this way, that is called as the angle of incidence. Next, heating of the temperatures. So heating of the atmosphere. So whenever the sunlight is falling on the earth, the earth is having the atmosphere layer. So surrounding of this earth, we can see this is atmosphere. So here it is given. If this is earth, then here we can see this another layer which is invisible. That is called as atmosphere. Okay. So it is called as just atmosphere. So in atmosphere, what we can see? We can see the air. So the earth is surrounded by air, the layer of the air. So here, whenever sunlight is falling from the space, then atmosphere is also going to be heated. Okay. So due to that heat only, all the oceans water will be evaporated and clouds are formed, and then after some time the rains will be falling. So in this way, the atmosphere is going to be heated. Okay. So next, just we move forward. Yes. So here also that is given. Land and water contracts. Yes. So here, what is the land and water contracts means? Whenever sunlight is falling on the earth, so land is going to be heated very fast. Very fastly, the land is going to be heated when compared to water. And the cooling of this land is also very fast. That means if you compare land and water, the sunlight is falling means, so land will be heated very fast and water is going to take some more time when compared to land. Okay, for heating. And whenever for cooling also, land is going to be cool very fast when compared to water. So even this ocean water also going to be heated. Suppose if you are traveling in the ship in the night times in the oceans, then we can see that hot breezes are coming. That means hot air will be coming. That is because the ocean water is going to be heated. Due to the heat of this ocean, so water is also going to be heated. That means that much of heat will not be there. That means so we can't burn in that heat. Okay, that much of heat will not be there, but just little bit of heat can be seen. Okay, so that's why in the night times we can see these hot breezes are coming while traveling in the ship in the ocean. So this is the difference between land and water on receiving of this sunlight. Okay, so next, so just we move forward. So next, heat balance. Heat balance means, so the heat the earth receives from the sun is radiated back by the earth in different ways. So as I said now, so here the sun is going to emit the sunrise, that is a light. Earth is going to receive the sunlight, but after some time the light is going to be reflected. So some of the light we are not receiving the 100% of light, just we are receiving only few quantity of light, just like 45 minutes like that. So most of the light is reflected back. Okay, so that means in the nurseries we can see this tying of this black cloth like that. Why? Because whenever the sunlight is falling on this one, the light will be reflected back, but here whenever black cloth is there means once again that will be reflected backside. Okay, that means what? we are storing the excess of sunlight. Excess of sunlight is there means what will happen? So automatically the plants will get high chlorophyll. That means high food, and plants will grow in a good manner because of high sunlight. So we are not allowing even this reflection of sunlight in the nurseries. So like that here also in the solar panels like that. So just we are receiving the high sunlight and we are utilizing the sunlight as a energy. Okay. So next just we move forward. So here, yes. So here the world map is given that about this where you can see this high temperatures and low temperatures. Okay. So here just yes. So here you can see this. Yes. So suppose if you see here, that is the world map. Yes. So come to this one. So this is the world map. Okay. So world mean annual temperatures. So world mean annual temperatures. That means so around the world where high temperatures are experienced means, so here we can see this brown color. So brown color indicates that high temperatures. Okay, high temperatures can be experienced. And next yellow color is there. Before going to that light brown color is there. So light brown color indicates that some extent low temperature when compared to brown color. That means here mainly the Sahara deserts will be there. Desert areas even in India also we can see these Thar deserts. Okay, in America that is Mexico mainly. In Australia desert. So here we can see these deserts. All the deserts are receiving high temperatures. Okay. Next here we can see this after this high temperatures next to some extent low when compared to this in these areas means that is light brown color, that is India, all these Southeast Asia countries, next year Brazil, okay, Venezuela. So all these countries they are receiving the temperatures that is after this brown color. Next yellow color is there. Yellow color means still small. That means still less when compared to this light brown color. So even this America and China, all these Central Asia regions. And if they, here blue color is there. So blue color indicates that they are receiving very less sunlight. Okay, even this Antarctica and also this some parts of Argentina. So these places are receiving very less sunlight when compared to the equatorial region. So here we can see this based on these regions, that is equator is there means equator places are. So here equator will be there. Here is their equator. So here just here is there 0 degrees. So this is called as equator. So the surrounding places of equator, mainly this the desert regions, they are receiving the high sunlight. Okay, high temperatures. And polar regions are there here. So the poles are receiving very less temperatures. Okay. So this is the distribution of temperature, that is annual temperatures. That means per year, how many degrees they are receiving the temperatures. So that is given here. Afterwards, you can see this one in your textbooks. Okay. So next, just to move forward. Just. So yes. Next very important topic is here. So how can we measure the temperature? That is a temperature in the atmosphere. So as we are telling that there will be temperature. temperature in the atmosphere, that is temperature in the atmosphere. So how we are going to use, how we are going to calculate the temperature means, so here we can see this thermometer. Okay, so it is a special device used for calculating of this temperature, that is called as thermometer. So here even in the hospitals also we can see these thermometers. In the thermometer we can see this small tube will be there. In that mercury will be there. Okay, mercury. Okay, the mercury levels are moving up and down. If the mercury is high means what will happen? The temperature is more. The mercury levels are moving down, then the temperatures are very less. So like this we can calculate the temperatures. So not only this one, even in the newspapers like that we can see this so today the temperatures are very high, very low in different places like that. So how they are going to calculate means, so they are calculating through the temperature, that is the thermometer. Thermometer means they are not going to use all people like this kind of thermometers. So they are going to use with